Beneath the starlit sky. It was a quiet evening in a sleepy coastal town where time seemed to slow down and the sea whispered secrets to the shore. Emma had returned after 10 years away, the memories of her childhood buried beneath the weight of a fast-paced city life. She had come back to breathe, to find silence, and perhaps to forget. But she hadn't expected to find him. Liam was the boy she used to race down the beach with, the boy who had once given her a necklace made of sea glass and promised her the stars. Time had carved strength into his features, but his eyes, those same soft, stormy blue eyes, hadn't changed. They met again on the edge of the pier, where the moonlight kissed the ocean, and something unspoken passed between them. Days turned into weeks. They talked for hours, walked along the cliffs, watched old movies under the open sky, and rediscovered the rhythm of hearts that had once beat in sync. Emma found herself laughing in ways she had forgotten, and Liam began to dream again, dreams painted in her smile, her voice, the way she held his hand like it was home. One night, beneath a sky dusted with stars, he took her to the lighthouse, their secret place from childhood. He had set up lanterns, their glow flickering in the breeze, and laid out a blanket with her favorite wine and an old record player that played soft jazz. They danced slowly, barefoot on the cold stone floor, the sea crashing below them like applause. "I never stopped loving you," he whispered, pulling her close. "Even when you left. Even when I thought I'd never see you again." Tears glistened in her eyes as she leaned into him. "I think I left because I was afraid of how much I felt. But I never stopped carrying you with me." The kiss they shared was not one of fire and urgency, but of deep, enduring tenderness, like the sea that shaped their town, patient, timeless, and impossibly vast. Emma never went back to the city. She stayed, and together they built a life in the small town that once raised them. Love, they learned, wasn't always loud. Sometimes, it was quiet footsteps on a beach at dawn. Sometimes, it was a shared coffee in the morning, or the way two hands found each other under a blanket of stars. And beneath that starlit sky, their hearts found their forever. Title: A Coffee and a Smile. It was her first week at university, and Emma was still trying to find her way around campus. One rainy afternoon, she rushed into the nearest cafe to escape the drizzle. The place was cozy, with the smell of fresh coffee filling the air. As she stood in line, struggling with her soaked umbrella and books, someone behind her chuckled softly. "You look like you just fought the rain, and lost," said a warm voice. She turned to see a guy with messy hair, kind eyes, and a charming smile. "Yeah," she laughed, "I think the rain won." That was how Emma met Jake, a senior majoring in architecture who loved sketching in cafes. He offered to share his table since the place was full, and they ended up talking for hours over coffee. Days turned into weeks, and their coffee chats became a daily ritual. They walked to classes together, studied in the library, and spent lazy afternoons exploring the city. One day, under the cherry blossoms on campus, Jake gave her a small sketchbook. Inside were drawings of the cafe, the library, the park, every place they had shared. On the last page, he had drawn her smiling. "Emma," he said, "you've turned my ordinary days into something beautiful. Would you be my girlfriend?" With a soft smile and shining eyes, she whispered, "Yes."